on, everybody. Let's do this. Here we go. It's a music celebration. Strike up the flame. Feel the beat, what a great sensation. Moving up your hands, get into the spirit. Come on, everybody! Hey, hey, hey! Hey, hey! That's me! Oh my please!
Hello Musketeers, welcome to Mondays with Mickey. My name is Mike Knigge and I am your host. And this week we're going to talk about the EPCOT Passport from Walt Disney World. Alright, so this is something that you can pick up when you hit the World Showcase. It's for the World Showcase. It comes with a couple things. You've got this right here, the passport itself. And if you'll look up here, see that button? The Mickey Mouse with all the countries around it? That also comes with it. Along with a bunch of stickers and fun things that you can kind of fill this thing out with. So, I figured we'd take a moment and, just kind of walk through it and show you what it's all about and, talk about how we got it and all that jazz. So, this technically is our second passport. When we last trip to Walt Disney World back in 2015, wow, that's a while ago. We went to EPCOT a couple times, and one of the days we focused specifically in the World Showcase. And when we did, one of the things we saw in the gift shop was the passport. And we decided to go ahead and do this fun activity. Basically, the way it works is, as you were traveling through the World Showcase, you'll see these kids cot stations. Now, each of these kids cot stations, you get to check your passport. So, we'll show you the beginning of the passport. This kind of tells you, in the first page, it tells you how this works, that it's, at EPCOT World Showcase, the dream of world travel becomes a reality through the celebration of cultures and people of the world community. World Showcase highlights 11 countries with authentic cuisine, entertainment, architecture, and representatives. This passport is designed to enhance and enrich your visit to each country. Document your travels with the included stamps, make notes of your adventures, and visit the cultural representatives. Receive a special departure validation at designated locations before leaving. Those would be your kids' cot spots. Suggestions for using and enjoying this passport. Explore the 11 World Showcase countries. During your tour of each country, adhere stamps for that country in your passport. Your passport has areas for notation while you're on your country-to-country tour. And let's see, before leaving, have your passport validated at the designated location within each country, and share your discoveries and thoughts. So, like a normal passport, we'll start here. This shows, sorry, that's better. That shows kind of the different countries in the World Showcase on a world map, which is kind of cool. And then we put, of course, our family picture from Magic Kingdom. Now, I know that's not really, what's it called? It's not really EPCOT, but hey, whatever. This is really designed for one person, but we did a family one. Now, like I was saying, this is not our first one, okay? There was one before this, and I'll explain towards the end what happened with that, but we filled this one out relatively quickly, and again, I'll explain more about that in a second. Let's see. First page in the book, you've got Canada, and see they stamp a date and the time of entry, and then usually they give you some kind of a welcome message depending on the country and the language and all that jazz. This one says, "Bonjour, welcome to Canada, home of ice hockey." And then, let's see. And of course, the little Canada stamp. And we put these Canada stickers. Now, it comes with, basically, it comes with a page of stickers for, a page or so of stickers for each country. And these were the Canada stickers. We put those in. Let's see. Next up was Italy. And it says, Ciao Bella. I'm sorry, Ciao Bella. Wow. Ciao Bello. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know what the rest of that says. But again, shows the date. They didn't put time of entry on this one. But they did put the little Italy stamps. And so, of course, we put our stickers in. And to Germany. It says, Alles gut zum Geburtstag. Now, we were celebrating a ton of birthdays while we were there. So every one of us was kind of celebrating our birthday. It was a family birthday trip, essentially. So, yeah, Alles gut zum Geburtstag. In other words, basically, have a good, happy birthday. And of course, the date, stickers, stamps. Yeah, and this just continues on. Let's see, we got China. Don't ask me to read that. I don't speak Chinese. I don't read Chinese. But pretty cool. United States. Hello, Carnegie family. Welcome to the United States, or the USA. See, it's got the little Mickey version of the flag. That's pretty cool. And this is hand-drawn, so that's pretty cool. I mean, obviously, it's not rocket science, but still, it's kind of a nice little touch. Let's see, France. Let's see, bonjour and something, and Belle. I'm guessing Belle was the person. I don't know, but still pretty cool. Okay. Next up, we've got Morocco. This is one of the places we ate at. We also ate at Italy as well. Kind of cool. That shows the time. If you'll notice, all these times are within a short period of time. We'll get back to that in a second. Mexico. Feliz cumpleaños, Franklin. I think that is my son, Franklin. Their way of saying Franklin. Japan. Again, another cool flag. I like that. I like how they've, written a couple things in different ways. Time, date. On to the United Kingdom. Welcome to the United Kingdom, home of practically perfect Mary Poppins. So the other one with France probably said something home to Belle or something of that nature. Let's see, Norway. We've got Velkommen in the Nords, past the Midland. Okay. So this is funny because this has a sticker for Maelstrom, which doesn't exist anymore. That still exists. That still exists. The rest of it still exists. Maelstrom's gone. Now it's Frozen. They were actually working on Maelstrom, working on Frozen Ride while we were there. Let's see. All right, so these are the notes. I said, great days. Lost our first passport, but the cast members replaced it with this one. All right, so explanation. We had one country left in our original passport. We had completed the entire thing. And we had sat down in the United Kingdom pavilion, and they were doing like a drawing thing at the EPCOT station. And we had set the passport to the side while we were doing that. And we all kind of got up and left it and forgot about it. So we tried to track it down. Nobody had turned it in. So whoever picked it up just kept it. And we went all the way up to the International Gateway, because that's where the Lost and Found was. And they said, yeah, they hadn't gotten it. But they were nice enough to give us a voucher, so we were able to go get a brand new one. Here's the problem. We had like 45 minutes till our dining reservation at Via Napoli. And then after that, we're going to watch Illuminations. So, we had spent the entire day in World Showcase doing this throughout the entire day and having a great time with it. Now we had hardly any time to redo it. I mean, we figured we were SOL. My daughter and I talked about it and said, well, you know what? We know where all the EPCOT stations are throughout World Showcase. Because why? We spent the entire day going through every country in the World Showcase. So, we invented the World Showcase Great Passport Dash at the World Showcase. And it's now a challenge. Alright? The challenge is to hit, keep in mind, World Showcase is a mile around. Alright? It's a full mile. So, the Great Passport Dash Challenge. Hit every country in the World Showcase within 30 minutes and get your passport stamped while doing so. at the end of the day, we only had 45 minutes to fill this thing out. So in 30 minutes, my daughter and I literally sprinted around World Showcase. I am a fat guy, in case you guys haven't noticed. Sprinting is not my thing. Actually, you know what? Sprinting is my thing. Ever watch Lord of the Rings, where Gimli's talking about dwarves are natural sprinters, very dangerous over short distances, but you know they're wasted on cross country. That's kind of me. In a short distance, I'm fast and I'm deadly. But you ask me to run a flipping mile, not so much. So that's what we did though. We sprinted around the World Showcase and got this entire book done in under 30 minutes. Now that was tough. I mean, a 30-minute mile you think is not a big deal. Well, no, it's not. But when you have to stop 11 times and go in and you're at the mercy of a line at the KidScott station, you got to wait on people to fill it out. It takes time. But we finished it in 30 minutes and made it back to Via Napoli in time. Basically where we were at when we started, we were just past United Kingdom. We were in Canada. So basically we filled this thing out in Canada and then sprinted around the entire World Showcase and came back to Italy in under 30 minutes. So not too shabby. Let's see. Other notes on here. Via Napoli was okay, but it did not live up to the hype. Now, I say this, and on retrospect, we figured out what the deal was. All right. Everyone we've ever talked to, everyone we've ever read about or listened to says that Via Napoli is amazing when it comes to their pizza. Okay. We all had their pastas. My son had pizza and he loved it. But the rest of us had pastas. And although the flavors were good, we all enjoyed the flavors, the portions sucked. I'm just being honest. The portions were not what we expected. So for us, we felt like it just didn't live up to the hype. Now, we've talked about it since. We've had a couple years to reflect on that situation. And we've decided that if we ever do Via Napoli again, we're going to do a pizza. Because that's what people talk about. And if it's still meh, then we know, hey, Via Napoli is just not our thing. So, other notes was Restaurant Marrakesh. We enjoyed the food and the atmosphere. We were bummed about where we sat. We missed all the entertainment. Basically, we walked in. It's a family of 4. And they shoved us in the back corner of the restaurant. And not even a good back corner. We're not talking about back corner where you can see the front of, down into where they were having all the... Just hit the lamp. Not even in the back corner where you can look down towards the entertainment. We were like parallel with the entertainment in the back corner where we couldn't see a single thing. So yeah, we got to enjoy the food, and the food was good. We were all exhausted, so the kids weren't super hyped on it. But like the live band, the belly dancer, and all that, we really couldn't see. Like if you look at my my intro video that I did for this channel, you'll see a brief glimpse of. And horrible lighting for that matter, but a brief glimpse of a belly dancer kind of working her way down. That I caught with my cell phone because I got out from my chair and walked around to at least catch some of the entertainment. So we're kind of bummed that we didn't get the full entertainment, the full atmosphere of Restaurant Marrakesh. So that's what we're talking about. I don't know if we'll ever get a chance to try it again. Maybe if I get to go back with just my wife and I, we'll get a chance to try it again. But hey, it is what it is. Well, you live and you learn. Let's see. Had our first cronuts. Yum. Yes, this is something that we were looking forward to. We watched several other vlogs out there, and everyone, not everyone, but several people have talked about the cronuts and how fantastic they are. If you're not familiar with them, what they are is you take croissant dough, shape it into a donut, fry it, and then as soon as it comes out, douse the thing in cinnamon and sugar. Wow. Very, very tasty. I'm a cinnamon sugar fan. You can't go wrong. Let's see. Love Starbucks at Fountain View. Now that is probably extremely controversial. I don't know if you notice, I have Starbucks mugs. I am a fan of Starbucks. I do Starbucks on the side. I work for a grocery store full time. But in that grocery store, we have a Starbucks kiosk in which I'm a coffee master. I've gone through all that certification process, and I help coach our leads throughout the district. So obviously, I'm a Disney and a Starbucks fan. See, EPCOT. Anyway, So it's Starbucks. It's just like any other Starbucks anywhere you go. It's nothing overly special, but the location is amazing. They've got a fantastic view on their patio if you sit down at one of those tables of the fountain itself. That's why the restaurant is technically a fountain view location. We loved it. We enjoyed the Starbucks. It's a standard Starbucks fare, but we loved sitting there enjoying our breakfast and listening and watching the fountain. And then, of course, we miss Maelstrom. I miss it, but I actually never really rode the ride. Our first trip as a family, my first trip I went there, we didn't even know it existed. And that was with my parents. Then our second trip, which was my first trip with my wife and kids, we tried to go on Maelstrom. My wife and daughter got to go on it. My son, who had been terrified by dinosaur previously, anything that had the word ride attached to it, he would mystically have to go to the bathroom or something would happen and he would drag me out of line because, of course, my wife's not going to get out of line. So, yeah, we were almost to the front to load on a Maelstrom, and he dragged me out of line to go to the bathroom, which then he didn't have to go to the bathroom mystically once we got out of line. So, we missed Maelstrom. I missed the opportunity to ride it. But our next trip, I do plan to ride Frozen Ever After. I know it's not Maelstrom, but the ride track's the same. It's just the whole theming and storyline is different. Let's see. Glad we got to ride Soarin' before it changed. That's right. We got to see it before it switched to Soarin' Around the World. We rode Mission Space for the first time. Did the easy one, though. Yeah, guys, I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, but even the easy one made me really nauseous, so I'm not sure I will ever ride that again. We'll see. I'll say never say never. I would like to try the full experience, but I'm going to have to dose up on some serious anti-nausea pills to be able to do that. We did rope drop at Epcot. We did that. We actually came in early enough. We hung out in Future World right there at the turn. We were the first in line at the turn to head towards the land and the seas and all that jazz, because we went to ride Soarin' first thing that morning. Let's see. World Showcase is one of our favorite parts of Walt Disney World. Absolutely. So, guys, this is the Walt Disney World EPCOT Passport. It's really cool. Look, it's nice and shiny. You know what? I forget exactly how much it costs offhand, but it's like $10-15. It's not really that expensive, but it's a lot of fun. Whether you're doing it yourself, doing it with one of your kids, doing it as a family. We found this to be a great activity for World Showcase. Gave us some direction and some focus as we were going around World Showcase, as opposed to just aimlessly wandering. Although there's nothing wrong with aimlessly wandering, or if you want to do the drinking around the world thing, that's focus too. But this is a kid-friendly focus that takes you around World Showcase. Makes you talk to people in each of these countries, because each of these countries are staffed by people from their individual country. So it's a great opportunity to talk to people from those countries and get to know a little bit about the world around you, especially for those of us who can't afford to travel internationally. I mean, if Walt Disney World is your splurge once every few year trip, then you're probably not going to be able to do international travel, which is kind of the situation we're in. We'd love to travel around the world, but we never can. So, the World Showcase at Epcot is fantastic. It's a great opportunity to broaden your horizons and have a lot of fun. And this passport forces you to do it in an organized way so that you actually get to see all these countries and talk to people in all these countries. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I highly recommend doing the passport on your next trip. And, I will say that if you ever decide to take the World Showcase Challenge and try to traverse the entire World Showcase and get a passport filled out within 30 minutes, I'd love to hear you tell me about it, tag me about it, down low, whatever. Send me a message. Let me know if you succeeded in under 30 minutes or whether you got it in 45, an hour, or whatever it takes. I think it could be a fun challenge. I know my daughter and I, it's a memorable event for us. So I'd love to hear about your adventures. So again, hope you guys enjoyed. Next week, we're probably going to be going over our scrapbooks, which we finally completed. So hope you're looking forward to that. And I'll say, as I say every week, thank you very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And I hope we never lose sight of one thing. This was all started by a mouse. Once again, thank you. No, I got cut off again. All right. Well, I'm going to leave you as I leave you every week. I hope we never lose sight of one thing. This was all started by Mouse. Thank you so much for watching my craziness, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.